Hey everyone out there in internet land, how the hell are you? It's Cody Fox again, bringing you entry number 1 for this week. This is going to be a weekly thing. As soon as the NFL season starts, I'll probably do them for the next 2 weeks though, because the season's so close and there's always a lot to talk about at the beginning of or before the season. I was going to talk about just the Romo situation and Dak and Zeke and the rest of the team, but this whole deal with Colin Kaepernick has just gotten totally out of control and it's ridiculous, so I figured I need to address it and make some decent arguments over why he's being a hypocrite and why what he's doing is pretty much pointless. So first off, it's not about the national anthem, it's not about the flag, it's not about patriotism. He's disrespecting his team. The San Francisco 49ers, they're one of the most storied franchises in the NFL. He's disrespecting their fan base, which is a very large fan base. He's disrespecting the game. He's disrespecting the men and women that work within the game. He's disrespecting the referees. He's disrespecting all the people in the Hall of Fame. He's disrespecting every fucking kid that's ever set foot on a football field with gridiron glory dreams. Okay, he's disrespecting the men that created the game, and he's disrespecting the people that allowed the United States to exist, that created the United States in such a way that it allowed games to be created and played on this high of a level and for athletes to get paid as much as they do. Now, the next thing I want to talk about with Kaepernick, I don't care about how he grew up. That's not my point. That doesn't matter. There's some points to be made there, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. Here's my first thing. All right, this guy, he's an NFL quarterback. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's a multimillionaire. So what does he do? Instead of going out, starting a foundation, starting a charity or something like Tim Tebow, what does he do? He just fucking acts like an idiot out on the football field. He just virtue signals. He's just being a virtue signaling hypocrite. Okay? He's got the ability to do more for the black communities in this country than any regular person does. But what's he doing? He's fucking partying in the off season with Johnny Dropout Manziel. That's how much he fucking really gives a shit. He could be out doing charity work, helping people, but he's not, and he hasn't. So there's point number 1. He's a full of shit because he's sitting there calling the kettle black. I mean, what's he doing to help the black community? He's not a damn thing. And the other thing about that issue is he's just saying, oh, black people are so oppressed. Well, black people need to stop blaming oppression on things that clearly aren't because of anything that happened in the past. Talking slavery-wise and all the, the stupid segregation, all the other bullshit that happened in the 1900s. Let's talk about the real problems in the black communities in America. The dissolution of the black family unit. Talk about that. There's more single moms in the black community per capita than there are in any other group. And a lot of them think it's okay to be married to the state and just continually pump out kids. If there's a white woman doing that, it's no better. It's just as bad, but this is one of those problems. And this is a problem in poor communities, period. It's not just a problem in poor black communities. But since he decided to pull the race card, that's how we're going to operate on this video. Now, what else do we want to talk about here? Yeah, like I said, they encourage welfare moms, and they encourage this, I'm strong, independent, single female that I can have all these kids and take care of them. Well, guess what? Most single moms don't become single moms because they made a bunch of fucking great decisions and they're incredibly intelligent. So why would you continue doing the same thing? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. We can also talk about how. Let's talk about this one too. How often a lot of these single black moms put the dads of their kids in jail because they can't pay child support. If you get a guy thrown in jail, how's he gonna pay pay for your kid then? He's not. He can't. The only other option is going to be you being married to the state, and like I said, the dissolution of the female or of the black family unit, and just this crazy it's badass to be a single mom mentality. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that ho, where did my stuff go? My teleprompter, my ghetto teleprompter turned off on me, so I had to come back. Like I was saying, I'm not saying that there aren't single moms that are badass, because there are. There's a lot of them that do a good job and they work hard and they end up raising decent children. But a lot of really broken adults come out of single parent homes, and that's just the truth. And when there's more kids in the mix, when the woman's got more than one kid, it gets worse for all of them, and a lot of the time they all end up on the shit path in life. Straight, you know, a lot of them can get killed, you could die, you could go to prison, get into all kinds of stupid shit. And that's not just the black community, that's all poor single moms. That's a fact. They raise damaged kids. There's just nothing that can't even be argued. And the other thing I want to talk about in the black communities, which Colin does not address, while just using a blanket statement of oppression, is the disproportionate amount of black crime in the country. Okay? The black population in America is roughly 13%, but young black men are responsible for more murders and robberies than the rest of the races in the country on an individual basis. They're responsible for more murders, rapes, and robberies than any other group of people. Okay, why is that? Why is that, Colin? Why don't you address that? Maybe? No? Not? No, you don't want to? That's because you're a fucktard and you deserve to be shit canned straight out of the NFL. And maybe you could go hang out with Johnny Manziel and burn through all your cash and actually know what it's like to truly be oppressed, because you're living on the streets. Now, the one other thing I have to talk about, another issue that's in the black community that Colin does not address, he doesn't bring up any citations of any actual real problems, is this: the disproportionate amount of black on black crime. More young black men kill other young black men, or young black men kill more other young black men than any other group of people. Any other group. Okay? You've got more murders, more robberies, more rapes coming from a single group of people that just happen to be young black men. And then people wonder why the police are quick to shoot sometimes. I read a stat the other day that said Mexican and black cops are statistically more likely to shoot a Mexican guy or a black guy because they know they can get out of control. And this brings me to my very last point. Black idiot privilege. I'm not going to call it black privilege because normal black people that act like regular people don't fucking have this privilege. But the people that go out and riot, like the Milwaukee idiots last weekend or the weekend before that, I can't remember which one it was, destroying their own neighborhoods, burning their shit to the ground, smashing the place up, and then you get this girl on the girl who was on CNN. I mean, the mainstream news media, they didn't cover this at all. They fucking glossed over it and they made it look like it was all justified, and it totally wasn't, because I mean, it was ridiculous. But like I was saying, this girl from CNN, or this girl they interviewed and put on CNN, says, she's like, why are you burning this shit down in our neighborhood? We don't need this shit, you know, we need this stuff. She's basically saying this is stupid. But then, what CNN didn't show you, and I'm just going to cut a clip of that into here, but anyway, what CNN didn't show you was her saying, go to the suburbs and burn that shit down.
Don't bring the violence here and the ignorance here. Everything. Tell his mama y'all sorry for her loss. Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing. Y'all burning down shit we need in our community. Take that shit to the suburbs. Burn that shit down. We need our shit. We need our weed. I don't wear it, but we need it. Take that shit to the suburbs. Burn that shit down.
Like, okay, that's going to solve the problem. That's going to make everything better, right? Just create more animosity in your community between different fucking groups of people. Great idea, you stupid bitch. But that is black idiot privilege, okay? They get, like I said, the Milwaukee situation, a black cop killed a black armed man. The dude was armed and it was a stolen gun. A stolen gun. And it was a black cop. So, the systemic racism rhetoric that they like to spew so much, that the people that support Black Lives Matter like to spew so much, it's bullshit. It's not true. It's ridiculous. It comes down to the fact that the young black men are committing more crimes than any other group. That's what it comes down to. And, alright, with that, I'm done with that. I'm done with Colin Kaepernick. Fuck you, Colin Kaepernick. Get the fuck out of my sport and never come back.